the bottom. We've documented the struggles that Ryan Dinning had to start the night. Came out for hot laps and laid down fluid all over the track. Has had a little wisp of smoke out of that car all night long, but no lack for horsepower, that's for sure. He continues to lead over Go Fast Teeple.
Through 3 and 4, Dave Bailey closing that gap. He runs in the third spot, closing in on Teeple and Ryan Dinning. Right behind them, Logan Ferguson, Keith Dale having great runs in the top 5 here in the first half.
And now here comes Bailey and Beagle. They're both in the top 5 as Beagle gets by Keith Dale. Logan Ferguson working that very high line.
Trevor Monahan just exploded a left rear tire in that 21 machine. Little bits of rubber on the backstretch. I think we'll be able to stay green. It's Monahan crab walking down the front stretch as he works his way to the top of the racetrack and head towards the pits in that 21.
It's all Dave Bailey now out in front of Ryan Dinning. And now the Dixieland Grill caution flag will come out.
Something on the track there in turn 2 might be a piece of sheet metal.
Yeah.
The cameras have picked up that
the
rubber
tire
on the backstretch. Yeah, that's more the yellow then.
Which no doubt is probably part of Trevor Monahan's car.
Could have been part of the downfall.
Did you find part of the broadcast trailer on the backstretch as well, guys? Because they're losing parts over there, but I'm told we're back up and live.
Yeah, it seems to be. Our Creekside construction screen is back up. Our monitor in the booth is back up. The conversation is why do I get blamed for all the problems? Adam trip over the cord. Like, why isn't it Greg? Sean's Garage says Adam probably needed a hot dog break or a yogurt parfait.
Yogurt parfait, yep.
Oh, I'm such a sucker for a yogurt parfait.
It was officially a power outage in the trailer. They're still trying to determine exactly what it is.
I think it's the same kids that were shaking the tower a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was out here with Dave Hunsinger for lunch on Tuesday. He made me drive over from the Village Restaurant, climb up there, just so he could show me that it was actually going on, and it was.
We're not lying.
Nope. Let's do this again. 8 laps complete, 12 laps to go.
Back to the asphalt works, green flag. Ryan Dinning trying to keep these two at bay, but so far it's not working. The Bailey and Beagle show is back on. They're 1 and 2.
Zach Bleach in the 108 making some moves on that restart. He's right now almost up into the top 5 behind Logan Ferguson and Keith Dale. He'll look that 108 to the inside, get around Keith Dale, now work on Ferguson. Zach Bleach up into 5th.
Time by, it'll be halfway home for Brewster Baker. Dave Bailey trying to get feature win number 50. Looked like he was going to get it last Friday night. The guy behind him ruined that. And he's right there within striking distance once again. But Dave seems to have a little bit of an edge here tonight.
Deeper in the top 10, they race 3 wide off of turn number 2. Almost 4 wide as Trevor DeBoer drives it up the inside in that 23 machine. Dave Bailey has set sail out in front. Ryan Beagle runs in the 2nd spot. Last time at the stripe, all 3 in the top 3 ran their fastest laps of the race, but Bailey was...
Oh, sorry, Adam. George Grossel went around in front of 4 cars coming at him, and they all missed him somehow. And he's going to keep going on.
We stay under green flag conditions. Everybody's able to avoid George Grossel. Ryan Beagle was a little bit faster than Dave Bailey that last time. The top 2 more than half a straightaway ahead of this battle for the 3rd spot between Ryan Dinning, Go Fast Diva, Logan Ferguson, Zach Bleach, Mike Klazinga, and Keith Dale.
There's going to be a straw that breaks that camel's back called your chair.
This chair has made some wild noises tonight.
Dave Bailey running the bottom. Beagle up upstairs. He's trying to find some sort of an advantage, but tonight Dave Bailey just seems to have that little bit more than Beagle. As I say that, down to one. Beagle closed the door in the bottom lane.
Dave Bailey closing in on George Grossel. It'll be 5 laps to go. Beagle running the extreme high side in that Ackland number 84. And the battle for the third step on the podium, the final spot in Slack Lumber Victory Lane, is a wild one.
Yeah, Denning's got it, but he's got Teeple, Bleach, Ferguson, Klazinga, and Dale all right there, packed tightly amongst one another. Bleach problems.
I think he cut a right rear tire in that 108 as he rolls to a stop on the outside of turn number 3. That will necessitate a yellow. Driver competing in the point standings doesn't want to see his night ruined. This is what I love about dirt racing. Get to the pits however you can. Pit entrance, pit exit, whatever.
Zach Bleach came in 4th place in points. And when you consider he's only about 23 points behind, I think is where it is, from jumping ahead of Trevor DeBoer, who has not made his way up inside the top 10 yet. It was fixing to be a good night for Zach Bleach in closing that gap, but now he'll at least have to run from the back to get back up to Trevor DeBoer if he can get that tire changed in time.
I'm sure he will. These crews love to leap into action. What a great night of racing it's been. I've already got comments, Clinton, messages delivered to me. Adam, if there was a finish line, we'd have been able to have a great look at some of these finishes tonight. You better have a conversation with Clint. Yes, I will.
I'm shocked you kept quiet about it this long. I thought for sure in the Robison De Silva debate that I was not going to get out of that victory lane alive.
We have to have something to talk about in the offseason.
Just do what I do, Clint. Ignore him. Zach Bleach is back out, lead lap.
Nice job by Zach Bleach's crew to get that tire changed on the 108. Comes back in perfect time to get out there and rejoin the battle, but only 3 laps to go.
Does Ryan Beagle have anything? He's working and searching, and he's right there.
And the battle for third to me is just fascinating.
Yeah.
Ryan Denning hanging on to that third spot. Go Fast Teeple, Logan Ferguson, 2 drivers who have never been to Slack Lumber Victory Lane before, knocking on the door.
2 laps left to settle it. Here comes Ryan Beagle with a bit of a run on the outside. He's about a lane, maybe a 3/4 of a lane up from Dave Bailey. Now he'll go higher up in 3 and 4.
Down through 3 and 4 to the Mobile 1. White flag. Dave Bailey down low. Ryan Beagle with a lot of speed up on the high side. One more time to settle the score.
And here comes Logan Ferguson to the outside of Denning, looking to get on the podium. He's got a head of steam through corner 2.
Ferguson works it sideways through 1 and 2, trying to close in on Denning. The battle for the win going to come down to Bailey and Beagle. Dave Bailey going to hold off Beagle for the win. Logan Ferguson jumps over the cushion. Mike Klazinga, relatively out of nowhere, comes home in the 3rd spot. I'm happy for Mike Klazinga, Greg, but how nice is it going to be to see something different in Slack Lumber Victory Lane? A Logan Ferguson, a Go Fast Teeple, whoever it happens to be, Nick Mazzy, Mike Thorne after a long time away. So many drivers that can get out there and get it done.
Well, there's a guy that's done it 50 times here at Ohsweken Speedway. Career win 50 in the Thunderstock division for the Queenston Chevrolet Gibbs Action Sports, number 49 of Dave Bailey. He gets there. What a huge accomplishment for such a good driver. Asphalt, dirt, he can get it done. And he beats out his arch rival, Ryan Beagle, to get it done over Mike Klazinga, arguably the 3 best in the division here this year, as Lone Wolf Fireworks lights up the sky for win number 50 for Brewster Baker. Let's send it down trackside. Clinton Jeffrey down in Slack Lumber, Victory Lane.
Thanks a lot, guys. Dave Bailey climbs out into Slack Lumber Victory Lane, a place he has known many times. How about it, Ohsweken makes some noise for Dave Bailey. Take it over there in the Word. Have a couple moments through the side window there with Ryan Beagle. Did you tell him off good there?
No, I thought I could feel him behind me, but he said he was on the top, so it must have been just me slipping. But I wore my special shirt for the occasion tonight, so
he's got the big dog shirt on. A crazy stat, Dave. You guys have pretty much owned Victory Lane since last June when Ron Logie got one. How crazy is that you two guys have been the only ones to get here?
It's pretty unbelievable that two guys would be able to do that. Me and Dinning did that, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, and then Ryan came on the scene, and he's been the new guy in town to beat, and we got it done tonight.
Good job, Dave.
Yeah, thank you. Just want to thank everybody who got us here. I never really thank my sponsors or whatever, so just Queen St. Chev, Jibs Action Sports, Mark, my cousin, my parents, Bessie, my kids, just everybody who helps out. We really appreciate it.
Right on, Dave. David Bailey, the winner here tonight. Give him that sign. He is our Hot Lap Challenge leader right now for Six Nations. You've turned down more Hot Laps in your features than anybody. You're in the running as the lead for the $1,500 bonus from Six Nations Tourism. We're here tonight, so that's kind of cool tonight, Big Dog. Another run, though, but I don't know if you heard what we said. You and Dave have owned Victory Lane since last June. How wild is that?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I guess we both start with a B, so that kind of makes sense, don't it? I just got to thank everybody that does this Hot Lap Challenge. If we get it, it's going to be a big help with the banquet.
Right on. Hey, are you wearing a Dave Bailey shirt on? Oh, he had a Beagle shirt on. You're not as cool as he is tonight. Let's get over here and talk to a super happy Mike Klazinga, who promised me last week if he was meeting us here, he'd be more happy and energetic. A long week last week, Mike. But, man, you squeezed one out here at the end. Dinning had that all the way around till 4, and you got him.
I have no idea how I did that, but I'm excited. Me and Dinning are teammates, so it was fun racing beside him. I'm ecstatic right now. I don't even know how to talk.
Yeah, you look ecstatic. I got a bit of a smile on Mike Klazinga. Klazinga will be third. Big Dog Ryan Beagle will be second. David Bailey will be our winner here. We have one more feature event to come live on G-Force from Ohsweken Speedway. It's community night. Want to welcome all our neighbors here. We'll be right back for one more.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you. Case IH, built by farmers.
For over 80 years, Libro Credit Union has been a trusted financial partner. Today, as a 100% Canadian-owned credit union, we offer all the products and services you'd expect from a traditional bank, but with a personal, community-focused approach, investing back into the people, local businesses, and communities we serve. Bank local, support local, loyal to local.
It all started for us at the racetrack, from dirt to water. We have continued to keep the adrenaline and drive to make sure that we are always in the forefront. We are driven to give our customers the absolute best in service, products, and memories with your family. No matter what your passion is, whether it's on the water, in the dirt, on the snow, or on the road, we will always be here welcoming you over and over again through the doors here at Lockhart's. You're not just a customer here, you are part of our team.
Farmall. 100 years of can-do. 100 years of milestones. 100 years of family. Generation after generation, its legacy lives on. The one for all since 1923.
Introducing the Fleet Lineup by CargoEase. Our commercial and Titan Series slide come with weight capacities of 1,500 to 3,000 pounds and features HDPE Ultra Ply Deck, a 1/4-inch rubber mat, 8-inch aluminum side rails, a patented spring release T-handle, and L-hook fasteners. This is the Cargo Ease fleet lineup.
Time for the final feature of the night here at Ohsweken Speedway. Adam Rouse has a starting lineup.
I do so, Greg, but a couple of requests first. Crystal Sewells wants me to wish TJ a happy birthday, so happy birthday, TJ, and a happy 22-year anniversary. And, Greg, I've got to also point out, wanted to mention during the Thunderstock where the stream was in and out, brief update on Blake Bomberry from his lovely wife. Not racing, still recovering from neck and back injury from the crash he suffered here not long ago. So best wishes to Blake Bomberry. We hope you get back here soon. Let's give you the starting lineup for the Strickland's Brantford Chevrolet Great Sprints. On the pole from Ancaster, the 16X is Keegan Baker. Second from St. Thomas, the 52 is Jesse Costa. Third from Thamesford, the 45 is Curtis Gartley. Fourth from Welland, the 3B is Blaine Barrow. Fifth out of Wainfleet, the BS39 is Brett Stratford. Sixth from Hamilton, the 01K is Mikey Crutchka. Seventh from Thamesford, 14 Eric Gledhill. Eighth from Mossley, the 3S is Austin Rose. Ninth from Scotland, the 53 is Logan Schwedick. 10th in the 2S from St. Catharines, it's Al Slade. 11th from Port Colborne, the 5D is Jacob Dykstra. 12th from Cambridge, the 44 is Connor Ross. 13th from St. George, the 69K is Ken Hamilton. 14th from Ohsweken, the 9C, Ryan Nanakoke. 15th from Hagersville, the 24K, Kiana Teal. 16th from Wainfleet, the 72 is Tanner Podwinski. 17th from Dorchester, the 1 is Holly Porter. 18th from Stony Creek, the 24A is AJ Lewis. 19th from Ohsweken, the 28T is Cam Thompson. 20th from Six Nations, and the 20, it's the Iceman, Johnny Miller. 21st from Baden, the 2 is Travis Hofstetter. 22nd from Cortland, the 5 is Tom Pellizzari. 23rd and the 78 from Hamilton is Darren McLennan. 24th from Roslyn, the 4K is Jamie Kay. 25th from Georgetown, the 2M is Steve Murdoch. 26th from Rockwood, the 94 is Ryan Fraser. 27th from Brantford, the 88 is Lance Erskine. And rounding out the field, starting 28th in the 50 LS from Kitchener, it's Adrian Staley.
Our ones to watch brought to you by Bradshaw Brothers Fuels. First up, Mikey Crutchka, podium finish 1 week ago. He'll start in the 6th spot tonight in that Instant Insulation 01K. And starting 1 spot behind him, he's been a factor since jumping over in that 14 car, Eric Gledhill. Those are our Bradshaw Brothers ones to watch. Curtis Gartley was waving to the officials. Clint, did he see something on the track? We had Curtis Gartley. He was waving frantically as they went down the backstretch and through 3 and 4, and then came to a stop to Chris Long and talked to him. And I see the safety crews down there, including Clint, on the scene. So they've picked up, I believe, whatever was down there, and the field will take shape behind the Strickland Chevrolet Pace truck.
Pace truck going to pull away from the field, allow the field to catch up and clear out those engines.
So Curtis Gartley will jump back up into that 3rd starting position. The Mobile 1 white flag in the air. And if a driver is to stop under the caution flag to talk to an official, if it's a safety issue, whether it's something on the track or if they're safety equipment in the car is not functioning properly, they will get their spot back. Thus Curtis Gartley up there to 3rd.
20 laps the distance, our final race of the night, the Strickland's GMC Crate Sprints.
And off they go into corner number 1. Keegan Baker on the inside. 1 around. Blaine Barrow goes 360 all the way. And we stay under the green.
Yeah, that's a bummer right there. Good for Blaine Barrow to keep that going, but affected a lot of the field behind him. Barrow still trying to get things gathered up in that 3B. Out in front, it's all Keegan Baker in the 16X.
And Blaine Barrow lined up in the 4th starting position. He's still having a hard time with that car, keeping it under control.
Out in front, Keegan Baker, Jesse Costa second, Curtis Gartley in third, in a battle with Eric Gledhill in that 14.
Logan Schwedick moves into the top 5 as he gets by Brett Stratford. Stratford fighting back on the outside line. Schwedick at one point in his qualifying heat, if I'm not mistaken, was out of a transfer spot, then drove his way up in. He's been quick ever since that moment.
Yeah, it wasn't looking good for Logan Schwedick for a good part of his qualifying heat, as the racing through the middle of this pack is phenomenal right now. Out in front, though, Keegan Baker stinking up the show. In a good way for Keegan Baker.
Yeah, he'd like to stink it all the way to his first feature win here.
Oh, trouble. Turn number 1. Couple of cars going around. A.J. Lewis, Travis Hofstetter. Al Slate gets into that. Tanner Podwinski. That started, unfortunately, and ended even worse. Travis Hofstetter, I thought, was getting slowed down, but Al Slate, I don't know that Al could see what was going on up ahead. Tanner Podwinski tossing the wheel out of that 72.
He's had enough of these situations. It's been a rough year for Tanner Podwinski.
A.J. Lewis going to get picked up from the back end. Looks like a flat right rear tire on that 24A. Tanner Podwinski, I think, might have had some choice words there.
Well, you can see the chunk that they got to deal with down here, guys. If you can see, it is pretty gnarly up here over the berm. We're checking out the situation here. Al Slate's got a broken nose wing on the 2 car here and a front bumper. The Podwinski car destroyed again, as it has been so many times here tonight. And then we work on the Hofstetter machine, who's got some nose wing damage. And other than that, things look not too bad up here. You got 4 cars involved, guys.
Hofstetter, I think, got hit pretty hard from behind, Clint, if I'm not mistaken. But looking at the back end of the car, it doesn't look that bad. So unless he got it directly in the right rear or the left rear tire. The torsion bars seem to be sitting right on Al Slate's number 2. A.J. Lewis definitely got run up over from the back end.
That Nerf bar is wrapped up around the fuel cell, right rear flat.
Usually they're only flat on the bottom. That one looks flat at the top. So Al Slate's going to need some wing brackets on the front of that thing if he chooses to come into the pits.
He asked if he could run without it. He absolutely could. He said, rip it off. I said, I can't touch it. You got to go deal with that. So he will get back there. The crew will quickly get that one together. Hofstetter's got a right rear and a nose damage here on the 2. They're going to need some work. He's out of the car, so he is done here out of this one. And, of course, we're scooping up the 72 here with Justin Case, our Case Tractor Apparati.
Man, you got to tell Travis to stop getting out of his car so quick. What?
Yeah, no, it's another one. I think he thought, you got to trust us a little bit to get you back into it. And trust what the officials are saying. So we only have 1 car here left to clean up. Picking it up from the rear, and we should be good to go.
Tanner Podwinski on the front of Justin Case, not the way anybody wants to go back to the pits. Travis Hofstetter.
Jack, just look at all these clumps over towards me, though. Guys, if you look how gnarly it is up here on the berm, you can see how deep these chunks are, and they're just huge. And when you try and go over your car, it just becomes, a giant whoop to do if you can keep it straight. And you can see that all the way around the turn here.
But Clint, in fairness, nobody's racing up there.
No, you shouldn't be batting, but you're going to get up here where you're just touching that edge and you get too far and it pulls you over or wrecks your day.
Yeah, fair enough.
So young Keegan Baker will bring us back to the green flag once things are cleaned up. Jesse Casa, last week's winner in second.
Baker's in there. They're counting laps here, right? While I'm out front, we're counting laps.
He came oh so close last year to that first win.
A great racer. Again, got the Hard Charger Award, passed more cars in feature competition last year than anybody else. Jesse Costa, Curtis Gartley, Brett Stratford, Logan Schwedick, Eric Gladhill, Jacob Dykstra. That, with the exception of Logan Schwedick, who's exceptionally fast, that is the most aggressive 2nd through 6th lineup you can imagine.
And experience.
Yes.
Just experience alone. You've got 360 drivers mixed in there. Jesse Costa, Curtis Gartley, Eric Gledhill, and Jacob Dykstra. And then you don't have to go much further back to Mikey Krushka with 360 experience there as well. So Keegan Baker's going to get it done tonight. He's still got 16 laps to go, so long ways from it being over, but there are some hungry wolves looking behind that 16X.
Kiana Teal lined up nose to tail with Holly Porter in the 1. Right behind Brian Nanico, one of the OG crate sprint car racers.
How about Kiana Teal running up there in the 11th spot? And that's the progression. You start seeing a driver running in a certain area of the pack all the time, and now Kiana has slowly moved closer and closer to the front, getting more and more comfortable and racier. And that Dixieland Grill 24K is right up there, just outside of the top 10 right now.
When Kiana learns to roll out of the throttle on the exit of the corner, she can go into the corner as hard as anybody, get through the corner. It's corner exit that she tends to get really loose on and scrub off some speed, but she's getting better and better all the time.
Young Keegan Baker on screen there. Good to have the Creekside Construction video board up and going again for the folks here. What a fantastic crowd again here tonight. Oh, there's A.J. Lewis making his way back out onto the racetrack. We'll also see another car.
I think Al Slate's on his way as well, guys.
Yep.
Just want to remind everybody, don't forget Flat Track Canada has the Flat Track motorcycles here tomorrow. If you think the sprint car slide jobs are crazy, wait till you see them. Do it on a motorcycle with no cage around them. It is insane. It's the one thing I've seen our sprint car drivers go, those guys are crazy. So if you're around tomorrow, check it out. You can get all the information at flattrackcanada.com. We will be racing at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Practice starts at 3:30 here at Ohsweken with the bikes.
I've watched them practice. I was here, I think it was last year. They're practicing in the afternoon. We had the micro sprints on as well, and I was here for a bit, and Clint's not wrong. They are crazy on those things.
Clint, will they work the racetrack from tonight, or is this a perfect starting point for the bikes tomorrow?
This is close. We'll knock the cushion down. They want it dustier and more like a horse track, if you will. So we will scratch the top of this and not pack it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, to keep the speed down, right? They need a little bit of grit on the track to...
Well, you know, it's very rare that we work this track at intermission, but with the cushion we had and as gnarly it was, Ricky's my track prep guy for their bikes tomorrow. He said, I'd feel much better if we took some of this out tonight and let them put the finish on it. It was a good call, because all we're going to have to deal with is the top now.
Keegan Baker going to bring us back to green. Some hungry veterans right behind, chomping at the bit. Brett Stratford, Rockland's top gun. Tonight had high hopes for the feature event. He's right up there in contention.
Here comes Jesse Costa with a head of steam off of corner number 2. Keegan Baker matches him step for step. Baker pinned down to the inside. Here comes Costa on the outside looking for room. Costa's going to get another run off of corner number 2. Has some room alongside up against the wall as they go side by side through corners 3 and 4 at the line. This time it's going to be Costa.
Costa out in front, Keegan Baker back to second, but immediately going back to work on the inside of our race leader.
Side by side they go again. Keegan Baker on that inside line. not going to be able to slide up in front of Costa. Costa will keep the lead. Brett Stratford now duking it out with Jacob Dykstra for the third spot.
Dykstra's come a long way to get up to that battle for the third position in the 5D.
Here they come again. Costa off of corner number 4 on the high side. Continues to lead over Baker, Stratford, Dykstra, and Gartley. That's your top 5.
Little deeper, Steve Murdoch, after coming through the B main, trying to work his way through traffic. He's battling with Lance Erskine and Kiana Teal. Cam Thompson and Holly Porter in there as well. That's right behind Mikey Krutska and Brian Nanico.
Oh, Steve Murdoch gets up in that gnarly stuff in 3 and 4, bounces the car around. He'll cut down in front of Connor Ross and right to the side of Ryan Fraser.
Mikey Krutska up out of the group. Brian Nanico goes on by. Kiana Teal gets sucked in. So does Lance Erskine and Cam Thompson.
Jacob Dykstra got bit by the
red.
Well, back to the Dixieland Grill caution flag. The red lights came on for a moment. And it's Ken Hamilton around in corner number 2 putting us under caution.
Mikey Krutska taking the 0-1 machine off to the pits, and Ken Hamilton was right in front of our race leader. Innocent spin down the inside of turn number 2.
10 laps left to go in this one. Costa, Baker, Stratford, Gartley, and Dykstra, your top 5. Gledhill, Schwedek, Rose, Nanicoke, and Krutska leading the top 10. Jacob Dykstra was up there battling for the third spot with Brett Stratford in the lap before the caution. 3 and 4 caught him as well, and he lost a couple of spots as Curtis Gartley and Brett Stratford were able to clear him and move on by.
It's not so much the losing of the spots, it's how they come back on the track. It's just breathtaking.
Yeah. Yeah, Connor had a moment there as the lap before, who was it came back out in front of him?
Murdoch.
Murdoch, yeah. Field set by the looks of it, so we'll bring the Lockhart's restart cone back out on the front stretch.
Single file, 10 laps remain in this one. 10 laps are in the books. Jesse Costa out in front of Keegan Baker, Brett Stratford, Curtis Gartley, Jacob Dykstra. Eric Gledhill, Logan Schwedek, Austin Rose, Brian Nanicoke, and Kiana Teal now rounds out the top 10.
That wing is pitched on the 52.
Yeah, Costa, Gledhill, Austin Rose, those wings are standing straight up on end. Holly Porter.
Down the hill they come to the Asphalt Works green flag.
Jesse Costa out in front. Keegan Baker with a good restart in second. Brett Stratford keeping pace in the third spot.
Here comes Baker back on the bottom. It's all Costa. Stratford trying to close in on the 16X. He'll squeeze by in corner 1. They may have touched wheels down there in that first corner, and Baker's going to come right back.
Wow, Stratford gets a little bit squirrely off the corner up towards the wall.
Baker shuts the door on him on the front stretch. Stratford's going to try down there. He hit something. Did he hit the wall or the back of Baker?
I'm
front
not
end
sure.
of the car got out from under him.
But there goes Dykstra as they wheel it down into 3 and 4. Both of them driving hard into the corner, slide up the banking.
Oh, Lance Erskine just went through the bumps there in corner 3, holds on to it. So does Steve Murdoch, but I think he broke something on the right front now, and he's having a hard time with the 2M.
Yeah, Murdoch with problems for sure out there in the 2M machine. My goodness, there's a lot going on as the yellow flag comes out for Murdoch in 1 and 2.
And it's exactly what Clint pointed out to us, just right on that edge. Yeah, it's smooth in some spots, but you catch even just a little bit of that clump. and it can do some damage. It can bite you. It will grab you up into the higher stuff.
So Steve Murdoch made it into the pits in that 2M machine. Al Slate doing a pretty nice job without a nose wing on that 2 car. That really makes these cars tight. You do have to change your driving style.
Jesse Costa tonight looking for career win number 13 in the crate sprint car division. And I'll tell you what, if he can get that, he's only 3 behind Mac DeMann, the all-time winningest driver. So Jesse Costa with a target to aim for that's getting closer and closer.
And I don't, some of those stats are hard to compare because in the early days there was only 8, 10 cars in the crate sprints. These days it's a different animal, but I still think that the cream rises to the top. Yeah. But I do think wins are more precious right now than maybe they've ever been.
Field stacked, ready to go past the Lockhart's restart cone on the front stretch. Jesse Costa, watch them as they go up the hill, and then they make the sharp turn down the hill, get the momentum. There he goes.
Good clean start. Costa out in front. Keegan Baker and Brett Stratford give chase. Jacob Dykstra got a little bit squirrely there in turn number 2. Stratford wrestling that car up on the cushion.
And back and forth it's been between Stratford and Baker. Now Jacob Dykstra's right there behind these 2 cars as well. And Stratford, he's going to close the gap on Costa a little bit down there in 3 and 4.
5 laps to go this time. 5 more laps remain. Stratford trying to close the gap on Jesse Costa out in front. Both of them flirting with a gnarly cushion in turn 2.
Off the corner they'll work. This time by, it's 4 laps left to go for Jesse Costa. Brett Stratford went off the track in corner 4. That gave away the spots to Baker, and Dykstra is going to throw it down into 1 and 2. He's going to come out with Dykstra getting back by him, but Stratford has no quit.
Slides it well past the cushion in turn number 2, swapping sliders with Jacob Dykstra. Still side by side in 1.
Stratford's going to dive back down. That time Dykstra got off the track in corner number 2, so the BS39 works back by him. This time by, 2 laps left to go for Costa over Baker and Stratford.
Baker doing a great job in that second spot. Has a bit of daylight between himself and Brett Stratford.
Eric Gledhill working his way back up into the top 5, I think is where he's slotted in now. Yep, working in the 5th spot as the Mobil 1 white flag is out for Jesse Costa.
Stratford wedges his car to the inside between the wall and Keegan Baker. A little bit of contact as he goes by.
Checkered flag off of corner 4. Jesse Costa's going to do it back to back. Stratford second and Keegan Baker finishes 3rd.
Further back, the battles rage on. Drivers wrestling with the cushion. Everybody looking for that lane to cross the stripe. What a battle that was. It was a battle against each other, a battle against the racetrack as well.
Wow. Whew. Jesse Costa's going to do it again, the 2nd week in a row. Brett Stratford gives him a wave as he goes on by, and Keegan Baker is going to end his night on the podium. And there's the D&O Towing. Legacy Holdings, number 52, headed down to Clinton Jeffrey. Out in Slack Lumber, Victory Lane. Again, thank you to Six Nations Bingo and Lone Wolf Fireworks. Lone Wolf about to light up the sky for Jesse Costa's 13th career crate sprint car victory. Brett Stratford second, Keegan Baker 3rd. Let's send it down to Clinton Jeffrey and Slack Lumber, Victory Lane.
Thanks a lot, Greg. Want to thank all of our neighbors that came out for community night tonight, all our partners friends, race fans, and race teams. Here's our final victor coming into Slack Lumber Victory Lane for the night. It's Jesse Costa. Picks up another feature win here at the Big O. He'll climb up top to salute you, fans. Let's hear it for the 52 at Jesse Costa. Get Jesse over here for a quick word. Jesse, come on around front. Let's have a word with you. It's back-to-back wins, man. This helps you in that point chase that is quickly coming to a close. You're beating the right guys. Do you still feel maybe you got a shot?
It's going to be a bit of a long shot, but we're going to try. The car's working really good right now. I almost threw it away there twice. I got my wing too far back, and something happened to the power steering. My steering locked up going into 1 and 2, so bumped it back, and it was good, and then almost threw it away with the lap car there. But the car's working really good. I got to thank all my crew. My dad, he works really hard on this thing. I thank Nathan Ackland Insurance, D&O Towing, Welders, Millwrights, Wells Foundry, Butler Built, Lone Wolf Fireworks, Legacy Holdings, the whole Gledhill family. I'm just really appreciative to have so many good people around me, and Nate for putting me in the car, and say hi to my family back home, my wife. I'm sure she's watching, and dedicate the win to my grandmother. She passed away last weekend, so this one's for her.
Right on, Jesse Costa will be our crate victor. We'll get over here and talk to Stratford. Brett, man, that was a wild one. Up over the cushion, Dyson, dueling, man, chopping, sliding. That was some wild sprint car. How to look from the 39 cockpit.
Yeah, no, I had a lot of fun out there. Car was amazing. I just kept over driving it, and we had the car to beat for sure, but I got mud in my right front tire right at the beginning. Yeah, I gave that one away, but I was trying so hard from the bad luck we had. But definitely want to thank Palace Bros Racing and 420 Express, my crew, Anthony, and it was ours to give away. But I had fun. Yeah, it was wicked.
Second tonight for Brett Stratford, the defending champ from last year. And let's talk to Keegan. Keegan, man, this must feel like a year coming. Last year you started to put these great runs together. This year you've been battling, and decent finish last week too. Now tonight in podium, that's not bad, man.
No, it sucks we couldn't finish 1 or 2, but we'll take 3 all day long. It's hard battling with these guys. 2 champions. I'm out here doing the best I can, running the best I can. Got to thank everybody on the car for getting me out here and supporting me every week. It means so much.
Let's talk about that slice and dicing quickly. Those veterans are putting it to you, but it's some wild action.
Yeah, they're not going to give it to me easy, but got to race as hard as I can back, so.
Right on. Keegan Baker, everybody, will be third tonight. Second, Brett Stratford, and your winner, Jesse Costa. Take us home, gents. What a great night here at the Big O.
Excellent night tonight here at Ohsweken Speedway. Make sure you join us again next Friday night, 7:30 start time. On behalf of the Stiers family, all our officials and crew, and on behalf of Clinton, Jeffrey, Adam Ross, I'm Greg Kellman saying so long here on G-Force TV.
This copyrighted broadcast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of G-Force TV. G-Force TV would like to thank you for your support and for watching today's broadcast.